Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone, and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. It was in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, wherever it may be. This is the Akim Mahalaria coming back with another lesson. Lord's will to be edifying. Nothing too long, man. I actually pressed for time here. But I was just looking at this title by Southern Prepper, and he puts out good information. He's actually here in Kansas City, Missouri, surprisingly, but brings out a lot of good information. He gives rundowns on shortages in the country, and he's about the prepping life and the preparation life. But there's no amount of prepping that can get you ready for what's coming. Okay, now we're not saying that you don't have a few goods here and there stored up for a rainy day in case we go back into lockdowns and thing gets pretty chaotic and you can't hit the streets or go to the store because the safety of your well-being. It's not bad to have a couple of cans of soup lying around. We're not against that. But overall, the way that these people are talking about prepping, man, I mean, it's not going to do them any good, because the scriptures say that he that store up treasure should store it up for he that pity the poor. Okay, roughly paraphrasing it. So all the shit you're storing up is really going to be given into the elect, because the scriptures say my servants will eat. Okay, so it says hiding your food or survival supplies in an easy to build spot that most people would not look. Okay, well, I mean, the scriptures say that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So there's no place you can hide from the Most High. No food, no shelter, no raiment, no nothing, because the Most High knows everything, man. Okay, and he's going to reveal these things unto his men. You're going to have angels that's going to literally guide certain men through Jacob's trouble to find food. Certain brothers that's not really efficient with surviving off the grid or fishing or hunting and stuff like that, because most of us grew up in the inner cities and didn't have that type of training upon growth. So you're gonna have angels that's gonna have to intervene, because Jake is late to the party, man, as usual. Jake is behind centuries of learning how to do shit. Like, you got stupid Jakes at the job I used to work talking about Bitcoin. Like, Jake, man, Esau been cashed out on that 15 years ago, man. You just getting hip to it, and now Bitcoin is pretty much null and void because ain't no more money in it. So you Jakes, man, you always late to the party with your birthday suit on, naked. But this guy Gary Anderson said the rich stay rich by spending like the poor and investing without stopping. Then the poor stay poor by spending like the rich, not yet investing. Okay, and that's a consumer mindset. And really, the rich stay rich by basically selling debt back to the poor. If you look up how rich stay rich, they take your debt and they sell it back to you without using their own money. Okay, think of it as a short-term loan, so to speak, and you paying the interest of it. It says great ideas, getting creative is one, remembering where you stash all your stuff is another. And the crazy part about these people is that they don't even consider Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, because most of them are Edomites. But as I was watching a video yesterday by Truth Unveiled, this society is pretty much the society that has been without a God, so to speak. This is the generation that have the least spiritual aspect behind Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, with some type of God. Like, over the decades, church attendance have cut down. Spiritual prayers, or whatever you want to call it, to a higher power or a biblical power has been cutting down, because everybody is all into this spirituality, witchcraft bullshit. You got women talking about, I'm spiritual. Call on your ancestors. Your ancestors are dead, motherfucker. You calling on a damn demon. And anybody that's talking about that energy shit, that spirituality shit, I talk to my ancestors, they're a demon. And hey, you need to stay away from people like that, man, because they don't do nothing but bring negative ass spirits. And that's the spirit 144. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, confirming what I said. And there'll be a lot of you young women too out there, a lot of you Black, Hispanic, and Native American women that don't know what the hell you involved in. You part of some type of group chat with a bunch of bitter Black women that hate men, so they're pray over you and over a circle or some shit and ask them their God or whatever the hell they pray to bring bad tidings to your life. But what they don't know is that you can't curse a prophet of the Lord, man. Okay, even if you think you are cursing the man of the Lord for his hell that he's catching, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Just to put that out there. And that shit gonna be a recompense upon your own head, man. Okay, because hey, we curse them that curse us in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. But anyway, these Edomites, man, they don't know what's getting ready to hit them. Hiding your food for survival supplies in an easy to build spot that most people would not look. Well, you crazy, bro. See what the scriptures say about that. All right, because this is the book of 2 Ezra 15. And I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses, because we know most people gonna try to go to the wilderness or to the mountains for retreat because the cities are gonna be pretty much destroyed. But it says here, 56, it says, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, says the Lord, even shall the power do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Like the scriptures say, mischief upon mischief shall come upon thee in thy fullness, man. You know? So, hey, with that being said, all the food, the prepping you're doing, it ain't gonna do you no good, because somebody's gonna put you to death and take it. Like the movie The Road. What happened was, in that movie, they came across a bunker. Now, there wasn't nowhere to be found, so we assume, I believe, a scene that showed the people that was dead in the house, because the bunker was outside, like kind of a ways from the house in a yard that was hidden. And the house was like pretty much adjacent to it. So when they went into the crib, wasn't nobody in there. Okay, so we assuming that the people died. Okay, but they had a shitload of food left, and they fed the boy and the son. I mean, the man and the son. Okay, and it says here, and thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Right, and these are people that got money. These are people that have money, that have shelter, that have bunkers, and these are common folks too. It says, and the city should be broken down, and all the dying should perish with the sword in the field. Okay, what is the field? Going out to the world, the wilderness. Okay, you know, going out to the sticks, so to speak. Because you got a heavily dense population out there as well. Not so much as the city, because everybody is concentrated into a metropolis. But once you are in the country, you have a population out there, but they're sporadic. They're spread out. And it says here, they that be in the mountains should die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. That's right, man. Okay, because, hey, once that food is all ate up, or once it's looted from them, these people are going to literally drop dead from hunger. Okay, because like I said, they're going to cut off the food supply here real soon. And it says, thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive the plagues again. In the passage they shall rush on this idle city, shall be destroyed some portion of thy land, and consume the part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed, man. Okay, so hey, man, that's just one example of how Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to take out your strongholds. Because this is the book of Isaiah 2, and I'm going to start at verses. Let's start at verses. This whole thing is good. 10, it says, enter to the rock and hide thee in the dust, for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. For the lofty looks of men should be humble. Okay, because right now you got a bunch of proud crackers, man. A bunch of proud niggas, you know, that don't see their latter end. They're still putting their hope and faith in this shithole Babylon. Okay, no matter how many videos, how many themes of prophecy we're bringing out, they still are really believing that this place is going to bounce back, looking or holding on some type of optimist. Not gonna happen, bro. That's why it says the lofty looks of men should be humble, and the haughtiness of men should be bowed down. And this is talking about you women too. In the day, the Lord alone should be exalted in that day. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, they're gonna be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty. And these people that hoard food and prep, these are some of the most proud people. Why? Because they put their faith in their weapons, their guns, you know, their money, their riches. That is proud and lofty, and everyone that is lifted up, and he should be brought low. Okay, and reading, and upon the cedars of Lebanon that are high and lifted up, and upon all the oaks of Bashan, and upon all the high mountains, and upon the hills that are lifted up, which is these governments. It says, and upon every high tower, and upon every fixed wall, and upon the ships of Tarshish, and upon the pleasant pitchers. And the loftiness of men should be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men should be made low. Okay, the haughtiness, your pride, man. Even coming Jake is proud out here walking around, man, having nothing to offer the Lord, but proud as all hell. Okay, it says, and the haughtiness of men should be made low, and the Lord alone should be exalted in that day. And the idols he should utterly abolish, and they should go into the holes of the rocks, okay, and into the caves of the earth, which is those bunkers. Because if you look at those bunkers, man, some of them shits are badass. I mean, it's to the point, man, you can literally fit a whole entire city down there, going hundreds of miles underground. Which a lot of you are going to burn up in there, because that's like a fire trap. Because when the missiles hit, you ain't going to be able to escape. So basically, you're going to get burnt alive in that bunker. So regardless, the fire is going to touching fire. Okay? But they got some nice bunkers, man. I mean, to the point they got pools, hotel. Man, it's like a resort down there. Theme parks, restaurants, you know. And it says, and they should go into the holes of the rocks, and into the caves of the earth for the fear of the Lord and the glory of his majesty when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. And how he's going to do that? Those missiles. And in that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, and to the moles and to the bats, which are pretty much irrelevant creatures, to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth. Okay, so that's the point, man. The Lord is going to destroy this shit. All right. So you can forget about it, E, and you 2/3, man. Seek, please, poor. Yep, Job 20, and it said, the book of Job 20:10, it says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods, man, right? And his bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust, which is confusion, okay? But nonetheless, man, they're going to come up with offerings and gifts. They're going to basically say, well, look, man, whatever you want, we got it. But the Lord ain't dealing with that shit. The Lord wants you, man, you know? But anyway, brothers, I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and Abba Shalom.